Wanted to put the ups live. I don't think I've ever done a live lesson on here with a student. I've got an adult here who signed off on it. And not only that, he's my buddy. So long story short, I'm just gonna throw some stuff up on the board. If it helps you out, great. If you're playing mandolin, great. If you have questions, put them in the comment section. I'll get to them. Other than that,
Sure.
Shoots. My buddy Glenn. So if you're playing a tune with us, can we do a quick tune? Cool. So generally, what are we gonna go over today? We wanted to talk a little bit about what? You want to write a song? You want to do a dead tune?
Kind of want to work on music reading, you know, like notation and everything.
Yeah. How about let's just start off with circle fist and the landmark system. And this might be kind of far away. Who cares? It's my first one. So here we go. How many sharps and flats in the key of C?
None. Wonderful.
We're gonna put C up top. What happens when we go at 5 notes? C, D, E, F,
G.
G has how many sharps?
1.
You betcha. What is that sharp?
F sharp.
It is. So when we play F sharp, how do we spell G major?
Well, how do we spell it?
Yeah. What's in our first position?
Well, G.
Wonderful. So we've got a G. What's in our minor second?
G, A minor.
Yeah, A minor. There we go. And what's our minor third?
B minor.
Dig it. And then what is our major fourth?
C.
It is. Major fifth?
Okay, C, D.
Mm-hmm.
And then 6th, E, but it's going to be E minor.
Yep, and that's the relative minor, which means what?
It's the relative minor.
It is, but what does that mean?
That's a good question.
Right on. It means all the notes in the key signature are the same. Instead of writing multiple key signatures, having 2, one for G, one for E, they're both the same. So how many sharps and flats in the key of C?
None.
Cool. C, D, E, F, G, A minor.
Okay.
A C6 is an A7. They're buddy and sisters. They're brother and sister chords. And then nextly we have our diminished, right?
Yep.
And then we put a special notation here for our diminished.
Right.
And then what's our diminished?
Gotta be F.
It is. It makes it what? F sharp, because we have how many sharps?
Yep.
Nice, right?
Yep.
So just in reference, how many notes away is C from G?
Well, G, A, B, C, F, G, A, B, C, D. That's 4.
E would be
is
5. So
right.
A, when we go all the way down here, would go through. So we're missing one in between. What's right in between G and A?
Well, I mean, there could be a G sharp or an A minor.
More specifically, what's the fifth of G?
Fifth.
Because we're doing the circle. Fifth.
Well, the fifth of G is a D.
Yeah, so there we go. Well, then D is going to have how many sharps?
Right.
You betcha.
2.
Yeah, and which one do we add on?
Well,
What's
there's
5
the
notes from F?
5 notes from F, so F, A, B, C,
Hold on.
D, E.
F,
F,
G,
oh, right, G.
A, B, C. Cool, so C is now C.
Sure.
You betcha. If we're going to rewrite the whole thing, oh, gee golly whiz, I don't have a...
Nice whiteboard, man.
Thank you. We can thank Laura and Spence at Big Island Guitars, still 21
nice.
kilowatt. So if we're just going to rewrite the whole thing,
Right.
which position is the F sharp? We have D, E,
Yep. D,
F sharp.
F sharp.
Cool. That one carries over from G. And which one was our new one? It's always going to be
5 away.
yeah, 5 away, or the 7th in every major key.
Okay.
So when we're doing this, we can write in the rest of these: D, E, G, A, B, and C.
Yep.
Or sharp now, right? Cool. So we're going to go through what is the sharp that's in the key of A.
Okay, let's see. A, it's going to be, there's going to be F, C, and then 5 away.
Mhm.
So C, D, E, F, G. G
Yeah,
sharp.
G sharp. You betcha. And then just for sustenance, we're going to go through the whole thing right here. Ready?
Yep.
A, B, C, D,
E.
E. You betcha. E, F sharp, G sharp, A.
B, right?
You betcha.
Yeah.
B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp.
And then G sharp.
Well, yeah, but we ended on F sharp, right?
Yeah.
That's our 5.
Sharp.
Shoots. And then what's 5 from F sharp? F sharp, G sharp, A sharp,
C, B, and C.
B, and C. So C sharp.
Yep.
There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's how many keys we have, right?
Yep.
A had G sharp, E. What's the note right before E? A, B, C, D,
Yeah,
E,
D sharp.
D sharp, or 5 notes from it. There's a multiple different mechanisms. The way we're seeing here is if we were to just rewrite, let's say F sharp right here,
Yeah.
how many sharps and flats are there in the key of F sharp? F, G, A, B, C, D, E. Ta-da! F sharp is from the key of G.
Right. C sharp.
C sharp is from the key of D.
G sharp.
G sharp, you betcha. And then D sharp is from the key of E.
So
In the
it's
key
gonna
of
be-
B, right?
Yeah.
So now in the key of F sharp, we have to have an E sharp, which is weird because it's an F
Yeah.
natural.
No.
But out of all of our different signs, every one of these are a natural.
Somewhere.
Yeah,
In
somewhere.
key.
Yeah, we only have 3 accidentals: sharp, flat, and natural. So when we use them in our circle fifths, we don't have to name any of those as natural. It's a C natural, G natural, when it keeps going through it. So when we go through the circle fifths and we add all these notations, under B we said A sharp. Here, when we're going in, we have what?
Wait a second now. So we've got F
What's the note right before?
right before B?
Yeah.
A sharp.
Well,
Oh,
what's
A.
the note? Here we go. What's the note right before F?
Oh, before F. Yeah.
Or before F sharp.
E.
Well, hypothetically it would be an F natural, right? But we need an E sharp, right? Boom. Now I know it feels weird like this, but the concept is when we go through here and we write out all of our sharps and our flats and what adds on,
Yeah.
you'll see that the note C sharp, the note right before C sharp is C. Cool,
Technically, right?
but that's a B sharp. Yeah, it's weird as all get out. And honestly, when we go the other way, you want to do force? Because when we go this way, it's fifths.
Right.
And when we go this way, it's fours. You betcha. So, what are these? What's 4 notes from C? C,
C,
D, E, F. You got it. F, F, G, A, B. We already have a B.
Right.
We need a B flat.
Okay.
That's how many minor seconds it is away from it.
Minor seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
B flat, it goes to E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, and then right after G, G, A, B, C, C flat. Now, oops. C flat. Now, C flat is a B.
Right.
You dig?
Yeah.
When we play a G flat is the F sharp.
Right. Absolutely.
Absolutely. So each one of these has a note that goes into it. It just so happens we write these out here so we can see them in our mind's eye.
Right.
But these give them. The flat in the key of F is B flat.
Okay.
The 2 flats in the key of B flat are B flat and E flat. So when you spell out your chord over here,
Yeah.
there's a good way to look at it. And this is what I love to show people, and I think I've shown you before. How many sharps and flats are there in the key of F sharp?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You betcha. How many notes are there in a diatonic scale?
7.
Take away all 6 of those, and you're left with
1.
1. That's the B in the
Okay.
key.
Right.
So if we were to just write all these out again, and we were to write, oh, this is the key of F. Well, all of these would now be natural notes, except for,
The minor.
you got it.
Flat.
We have to go down it. We have to diminish it by a half step or a minor second, which is the smallest increment in our ear.
Right.
So when we go through this, each and every one of these now are in its right place. And that works for every key. If you had the key of G major, how many sharps and flats are there in the key of G?
I'm sorry. There's 1.
Cool.
Right.
How many notes are there?
7.
Cool. Take away that 1. How many flats are in the key of G flat?
G flat. There's got to be 6.
6. Because the other 1 was there.
Right.
And you can count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Always will work out. And what is
Okay.
this good for? It's good for what we're talking about right here. So if we're doing like a dead tune, you want to do a dead tune? Like 3 chords, Johnny Rowe, box range, too heavy.
Something simple. Peggy over.
Come
you know.
here, Uncle John's band. I mean, every one of
Loser's
these is
pretty
good.
easy. Loser's a good
Mountains of the Moon. Which one?
one. Loser.
Loser. All right. Ooh, of course. This is a
I
great
think
book.
it's an A minor, C, you know, I think.
This is the book I lent you.
It is.
Oh, awesome.
Absolutely.
Like, this is a great book.
Uh-huh.
Jimmy Rowe.
Yeah.
Anyway, not gonna waste time. Go Tennessee Jet.
Okay.
simple
Is it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
So when we're looking through here, the first thing we do is we say how many sharps and flats are in this key.
Well, I gotta look at the signature, whatever the hell it is.
Yep.
What's it called?
Key signature.
Key signature. Okay, so looking at Tennessee Chad.
Are there any sharps or flats?
No.
So what key are we in?
C.
Wonderful. What is that?
That's the C clef.
No.
I know it's not the
No,
G
that's a
clef.
good guess though. Whenever we're doing music, like, what's the most common time that music's in?
4/4, right?
It is. We
Yeah.
call common time C. Common
Oh,
time.
okay, so that's easy.
Yeah, and if you have a slash through it, it's called cut time.
Cut. So we're doing 2, 2.
It just feels faster.
Okay.
Most of the time you'll see with 2 notes, but it'll have 4 notes per measure. You
So
just
we're
count
doing
it out.
4/4, we just count
You
fast.
got it, just that it feels a little faster. So
Okay.
now this is kind of counterintuitive because it does have cut time here, but it says slowly with a beat in 2, which means when they said it, they wanted the 8th notes, 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, to feel like quarter, quarter,
Oh, okay.
quarter. And I know it takes a little minute.
Bum, bum,
Well, even with the hesitation, you could have a quarter,
bum.
8th note, quarter, 8th note. What they're representing through this is it's a swing.
Okay.
It's a
Yeah.
feeling of having the notes move back and forth. So whenever we're counting through and we have like the intro here, let's give out some chord pro here for anybody who
Yeah,
might be
I see.
following along.
No chord.
Oh, blue doesn't do well on this board.
Slowly with a beat and 2. Back you see. No chord. So we're just doing single notes.
Yeah, all this single strum. The way you can generally feel in music is whenever you see an 8th note, you play up and down. Why?
Right.
It exhibits a downbeat and an upbeat.
Right.
So in that first measure, we've got 8th note, quarter, quarter, quarter. Well, just because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notes in here, doesn't mean that we're not going to be counting 4 beats. The 8th note gets 1 unto itself. 1 and 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
So this next line, even though it has that 8th note, quarter, quarter, there's still another quarter note in the line.
Yeah.
What you're reading here are 2 different parts. You're reading a tenor and a bass.
Oh, okay.
And frankly, mandolin doesn't have a bass.
Nope.
Right on. Hey, sorry about that. Yeah, teaching. Hey, thanks, Noah. You're wonderful. Mathematics. Pietro, what's your real name? Mr. Beard. Thank you. Can you speak Hindi? No. The flag? Oh, it's Canadian. And Rush? No, this isn't Rush. So, there we go. First chord.
Let's see. It's gonna be a C, right? Well, we're in C.
Well, we're in C. The first chord's the 1 chord.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, right.
There we go. And how many measures are we doing it for?
Where are we here? Right here. Are we
Mhm.
starting with this?
Yep, that's the first measure.
So there's 1 measure, 2
2,
measures, 3
3,
measures,
4,
4 measures,
5 measures.
Well, 5 if you're looking at the bass line.
They're all together. They read together.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4,
Huh?
and then it opens up into this. Right.
It is.
Okay.
It is. So the way I feel it is these 5 measures are going to last. You can either put
5,
5 out here or times. We've got a big board here. Generally, what I would do is just do something like this.
Yeah, yeah.
Put these nice big measures, lines
Right.
in between, so you can separate them. You see where they're at. Each one of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this will be our last measure. Right?
Yeah.
Move down here. Straighten these up. We're going to a G and a C. Now, there are 2 chords per that measure, so the idea is I want those 2 chords to split that measure, so I would put the G and then the C. But the concept behind this is if you're playing with your 1 form,
Yeah.
you shouldn't mix the 2. So you would have what letter is G inside the key of C? Is it the 3rd, the 5th, the 8th?
In the key of C.
You betcha.
I'm not supposed to swear, so I can't remember. So C, G, D, A, E. The
Well,
third
just
chord
from
is
here, we're in the
D.
key of C, yeah. So we've got
D.
C, D, E, F, G.
G.
Right. So our 5 chords right here, and a 5
Oh,
chord
5
splits
chord.
the measure with the 1 chord, so it's going to jump back. So can we hear what that sounds like just that far?
So we're going. And then you said G.
Yeah. G and then back to C. So we've got. Right?
Yeah.
Down, up, down, down, down.
Okay.
Down, up, down, down, down. Down, up, down, down, down. That's kind of the feeling of it, right? We're going to do that 5 times. 2. 4 beats, right, for measure. It's going a little quicker because of cup time. So we're going to be basically doing it together. These are going to share this measure.
Okay,
That
so
makes
1,
sense?
2, 1, 2.
You betcha. So the concept behind this is all of the chords that we've been learning and the inversions that we've learned all over the whole fretboard are what we're going to be doing. So if this is the way we're just laying out the chords, it's basically a GC song. So if I was going to explain this to anybody and say, hey, here's what we're going to be doing, we're going to be playing this tune. It's just going to be these 2 chords. It's going to go through it. I would say let's jam and see what we can do on these 2 chords.
Right.
So if we're just going to be going back and forth between our C, our 1, I'll write it here.
Yeah.
We've got this for 5 times.
Yeah.
We'll do it 5 times. Then we're just doing a quick
Turn around.
You betcha. And I'm just going to throw this little bitty
Okay.
repeats. So we're going to just do it over and over again. And this is infinity. If you want. I would never write that on a chart.
Right.
I would never write that on a chart, but maybe some of those fish tunes or dead tunes do take quite a while. And how about we'll just call it 4/4. This is going to be our feeling. We're going to have a slow, moderate tempo pace.
Okay.
And what I want to do is see if we can come up with some melody lines over the top of this and talk about what notes we could use. Make sense?
Yeah, if we're in the key of C.
Yeah. I'm just going to put a bass foundation underneath you. Do we have?
How many sharps and flats? C has no sharps.
So can we play our pinky on the 5th fret, the lowest string?
The lowest.
There you go. That's our C note, right?
Yeah.
Cool. We're gonna go to the open D. There you go. 2nd fret, 2nd finger, or you can use 1st finger if you want. We're gonna go a half step. There we go. And whole step to our G.
Yeah.
Now you can go to the open A. Open A. We're gonna take 1st finger, 2nd finger, 2nd fret. There you go, and then we're gonna go. There you go. Excellent. So all of those notes can be chosen over the top of C major.
Okay, so what about the E string here? Is there anything we can throw in there for the C?
Well, since we're playing the C and the G up here, maybe do something like the G major, and then follow me here. Move up a half step, but don't play it as you played the G. Play with your pinky extended out to the 5th fret. There you go. So it looked like that. So look what you can do with your 2 fingers. You can do a downstroke here, and then push that pinky here on the 5th fret of your high E, and then play that 3rd. How do those 2 sound? That's just 2 harmonies that go over the top of it, and I would do something like a da 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 da. It would sound something like a. That's what it would sound like. It would look like.
Yeah.
Want to try that one for me? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Nice. Now keep going with that and hear what it sounds like with the C under.
Sounds pretty good, don't
Yeah, it would sound better in C. Good assumption. Why? We're in the key of C. If I was doing that in the key of G, we're just doing a vamp between the 1 and the 2, minor 2. So all the notes you could use over the top of those would be the same. So let's say we combine those 2 concepts and we use this as just our foundation. We had a C, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, all the notes we're going to be using there are those C notes. And on the G, just because we played the C scale, in C, try it now on all those notes, but do it from the G line, from the open G.
From the open G.
Da, 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 and wonderful, you hit the F sharp. Cool, and what I would suggest right there is to use your ring finger. It'll feel better, and it'll leave your pinky there.
So here.
Yeah, so what I would suggest is like open 2, 4. So middle finger, pinky, open, middle finger, pinky.
middle finger. Okay, so wait.
There you go. And then ring finger. There you go.
And
Yeah.
then the pinky open.
Yeah, and the reason being is if you're gonna stay below the 5th fret or the 7th fret, it feels good to have your fingers do something like this.
I see.
If you utilize that first finger,
Right.
it makes it feel so much better. For open, 2nd fret, 4th fret, it feels like you have a stable foundation.
Right.
Tends not to have that thumb go that way up the headstock,
Yeah,
it stays in the
yeah.
back. I know you wrap yours around, but that's
I
okay.
do.
You settled into it, now we're just looking to make the best of it. What do you think? Try it with your first finger.
Yeah, but you're saying don't use the middle finger, right?
Well, no, you just kind of skip it.
I see. Okay. Alright.
Yeah. Do you remember, just a little quizzer here, do you remember what mixolydian is? Do you remember what the thing out of mixolydian that makes the most sense?
I know that we talked about it a little bit, but I don't know that I grasp it 100% because
cool.
it's not really. I mean, it's every note,
I mean, the idea is the note is in every key. Let's just take
Right.
the key of C and G right here. Let's write them parallel.
Yeah.
C major goes to D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, and then B diminished.
Okay.
G, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor, and then F sharp diminished.
So we're looking at things that are similar to both.
Well, the kind of concepts is we talk about in most blues, you use the 7th of the key. Now,
Right.
the 7th of the key that's naturally found there is called the major.
Right.
So in between all of these, they have minor settings. So if we augment this by 1/2 step and go up,
Yeah.
we find ourselves at being at a C sharp.
Yeah.
And we've talked about it. C
Yeah.
sharp's a D flat.
Right.
Same difference for a D sharp here is an E flat.
Right.
Our E flat goes to our E, right?
Yeah.
Our E to F is our half step.
Okay.
And our next one is B to C. So those are our half steps.
Okay.
All the other ones as a result of that are our whole steps or our major seconds. You got it. And it follows that procedure for every single
Okay.
one of these. So no matter where this is, you
3 and
have
7 are half steps.
yeah, 3 to 4 and
Right.
7 to 8 or 7 to 1 because it's the
Okay.
same note.
It's coming down.
You betcha. So the idea with the modes are mixolydian is just the silly name we give to one of them that uses the minor 7th. So in between all of these, as we name these, we would have E to F here. It still is something. This is the subdominant. This is the dominant.
Right.
This is the median. So this third is still a median of sorts. It's just a flat 3. It turns any major triad
Yeah.
into a minor triad.
Right.
So going through the process of seeing all these, each time we diminish something by going down a half step or augment it by going the other way, you get new tones, which is why some people call it a sharp 5 as an augmented, and a flat 5 is kind of like a jazzy chord where you're still going to be playing in the key of C, like this F sharp or G flat, but you wouldn't call it an F sharp, you would call it a G flat because you're flattening the 5, ipso facto.
Right.
Cool, so right in between here, this one, the 6 is called the major 6. In between the 5 and the 6 is called the minor 6. Therefore, you have a minor 7th in between the 6th and the 7th, and then this one's called the major 7th. Right on. So when we play a chord, like let's just humor ourselves, play a G major. What is the triad that makes your G major?
Is G or C?
1, 3,
1,
5.
3, 5.
You got it.
Okay, so G, that's a B minor and a D.
Cool. No seniority needed, just G, B, and D. It makes the seniority because that is the third of that particular chord. Remember?
Yeah.
Each time you move it, the reason why we have these spellings
Yep.
is to know that, oh, B minor includes an F sharp. Because if we didn't, it would be a B diminished. And that's only found in the key of C major or A minor as the special note, the diminished.
Okay.
So when we're going through here, the one note that would make a G major, a chord called a G major 7, it still has a G major, but now it's got a major 7, representing the 1, the 3, and the 5. Now you've got another note. Now that's a dominant 7. That's what we would call that if we're using the minor 7.
So we're looking for a minor 7.
Yeah, so what is a half step away from the G? Where's the G note in your G major triad? In this position, in root position, you should have 2.
I've got 1
You betcha.
and 1 here.
You got it. So flatten it a half step,
Ah.
and the other 3 notes still suffice as a G major.
Right.
G, D, and a B. Now this one's an F sharp, right?
Yeah.
Well, listen to the tonality.
And you're finding the other 3 strings open.
Yeah, for sure. Well, wait a minute. No, nay on that. I need to put it on a first finger here. So play both of these.
Just the 2 of them.
You hear it?
That's beautiful.
That's a beautiful chord. And you can do that with every single chord. Try with a C major. How do you spell a C major?
I got a G, I got a, what is this, D, A, E, maybe?
You betcha. You got a G and E, that's your 5 and your
And
3.
C,
You got it.
yeah.
So name them. How do you spell C major?
G,
From the lowest note first.
well, this is G.
Okay. It's an inversion, I'm sorry.
D,
That's fine.
E, so E, C, and then I've got an open A.
Okay, shoot. So that A is not correct.
Okay.
Because there is no A in the key of...
I'm sorry, E.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you were to add just that note, an A note, primarily,
Right.
this note right here,
Right.
to a C major.
Yeah. Ooh.
Well, no, hold on, give me a second. Let me play it right.
Yeah.
It kind of makes an A minor. A C6 feels like an A minor, just
Yeah.
like a G6 would feel like an E
Okay.
minor. An
Yeah.
F6 would feel like a D minor.
All right.
1, 3, 5, that's our C major. Now, what's the natural 7th in the key of C?
The natural 7th. Well, we got B. What do we have? B diminished. B minor.
Yeah, we don't need seniority.
Okay.
For sure. C, E, G, and a B make up.
That's not bad.
So what this does is it gives you the ability to do it with every single key. And just so we're seeing it, if we were to take G major right here, two seconds before my next student. So if we're going to be dropping this, what are the names of the strings on the bando?
Well, we got G,
You betcha.
D,
Mm-hmm.
E.
Oh, baby.
I'm sorry, A.
A.
A, E.
You almost got it. All right, so is there, let's build out our G dominant here. You ready?
Yeah.
What are the notes?
In the G.
Yeah. How do you spell it G dominant? What's a G triad?
Okay, so G, 1, 3, and 5, right?
Shoots. So G.
B.
You got it?
And then D.
Yeah, for sure. There's our triad. And then what's the minor 7th? Not the major 7th.
So it would be F minor 7 or something.
Well,
F
use
sharp.
rough.
It's F sharp, so it'd be F.
Well, here we go. This is the major 7th, correct? What's in between an E and an F sharp?
Well, let's see. An E sharp, which is, yeah, an E sharp.
What is an E sharp?
F.
Yeah.
Half step,
No,
damn
there
it.
you go. It's great. It's great. It's great.
Right.
So there's our GBD. Is there a G in GBDF?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Is there a D?
Yes.
For sure. Is there an A?
No.
No, let's get rid of it.
Right.
A to A sharp or B flat? Is there an A sharp or a B flat in here?
No.
No. Is there a B?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Bop, bop.
Okay.
E. Is there an E in here?
No. But.
Is there an F? Play that chord.
So we're just gonna go G. So we're playing the G7. I mean, I can play the G7.
That's what it looks like. And if you can do this in your head on the fly, that's how you just remember. And then we talk about how all of these have family chords. Like our 1 chord, our 4 chord, and our 5 chord, they feel great together.
Okay.
And you can always throw in the relative minor
Right.
in lieu of this one, and it does a great job.
Okay.
And most of our progressions that we have in all music, like I would say 90% of the things in here
Yeah.
from Hunter and
Right.
Garcia are 1, 4, 5, and they throw in a minor. Right on?
Yeah.
Did you have fun today?
I had a blast today.
Awesome. So
It was
this
a
kind of
good day.
concept of, huh?
Today was a good day.
Right on, yeah. If we do it every day like this, it'll pop in there. That goes for everyone else. Circle of fifths, knowing what your intervals are and being able to go through the process of saying blah, 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 blah. Thanks for being here. Aloha. I don't want to turn this off.
I don't know.